I've made multiple videos about Phil Spencer and a lot of interviews he's done, which are usually focused on the Xbox Series X hardware or new studios they might buy. He even talks about the PlayStation 5 and what Sony is doing in the gaming industry. Not to mention, he's discussed at length the gaming industry and where he thinks it's going as a whole. All of his interviews have been extremely informative and truthfully a breath of fresh air, because he's usually brutally honest with Xbox and a lot of other antics going around the gaming world. And one of those topics is the toxic fake gamers that are always out there waiting for a certain platform to fail. This mentality that Xbox and Sony can't coexist, or that if you play on a PC and not console, you aren't a gamer on a certain platform. It's a weird form of tribalism that people need to let go of, because it doesn't do gaming any favors. Instead, it causes this horrible toxic environment that pushes the developers and the industry in the wrong direction. And this type of behavior is something Phil Spencer talked about, because he's been dealing with this type of mentality for his entire career, I would assume. So when he brings up the topic, and you can tell it's something that really gets annoying to deal with, because what real gamers care about is playing great games no matter the platform. You can have all the platforms and play the games you love to play on the platform you want to play on, or you can play on one platform and still get the same amount of joy from a game that others have gotten on a different platform. And that's something that Phil Spencer talks about here. He talks about the toxic people that want to keep things off other platforms just to watch a specific sector of gamers miss out on something. Now, I do have to say that I'm an Xbox and PC centric gamer. I love those two platforms, and having Xbox on PC has just made me an even bigger Xbox gamer. But that doesn't mean I don't love all platforms. I can see both Sony and Microsoft battle it out in the gaming realm, all the while I reap the benefits of great games and services. And that's something that Phil Spencer talks about with the industry, and how both Xbox and PlayStation can coexist and see great success between each other. So let's get into this article and into what Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, had to say about these fake toxic gamers. Because truly, he calls them out, which puts a big old smile on my face. But first, like always, if you like the video, hit that subscribe button and that like button. The support is greatly appreciated. Alright, enough of that. Let's get straight into this article, because it does start off pretty great. Because it doesn't hide the fact that Phil Spencer is talking about the console wars and how it's one of the worst things in gaming right now. Here's what the article had to say. When it comes to the console wars, it seems like Xbox boss Phil Spencer isn't a fan of the most diehard fans, regardless of which console manufacturer they are rooting for. As with every console launch in recent memory, the Xbox Series X versus PlayStation 5 one has been heated, and it sure sounds like Spencer is basically done with anyone that actively roots for the failure of one or the other. So remember when I said Phil Spencer calls out those non-gamers who actively attack either company? Well, that's the small diehard fans that Phil Spencer is talking about in this interview. I bring them up because there are some people that just love Sony's PlayStation platform and others who love Xbox's platform. And millions upon millions of gamers enjoy those platforms and move on with their lives. But there's this small sector of gamers that seems to take over all of social media, and they continue to go at each other back and forth about the console war. To the point it's not a debate or a discussion, but instead it's an attack on each other. And these people have the time to do this because they don't truly play games. Instead, they love to attack each other, and it's something that Phil Spencer brings up in the interview he had, which the article brings up here. As part of a larger interview with Spencer by The Verge's Nilay Patel, Spencer talked about the tribalism in the industry among some fans when the topic turned to fans that, for example, get a new Xbox just to drive it over with their car or otherwise smash it. Okay, before I get into the quote from Phil Spencer, I have to say that if you bought a console for $500 just to destroy it, that's a whole new level of toxicity. But outside of that drastic reaction to buying a brand new awesome piece of hardware, if you buy a console just to tear it apart and never actually want to enjoy the experience Xbox or Sony provide you, then that to me is a very sad thing to hear, because that just shows gaming isn't at the center of what you want out of this. And maybe you don't really enjoy the hobby of playing video games. Maybe you just enjoy bringing things down, be it bringing down developers, hard work, or games that people enjoy. And it's something that Phil Spencer talks about in this quote. To be honest, I love the industry I'm in, Spencer told Patel. This is the job I love. My wife will tell me it's the only job I'm qualified for, but this is definitely the job I love. but that tribalism in the industry, if there was anything that would ever drive me out of the industry, it's actually that, what we're talking about. Now, this is something I can truly agree on. Like Phil Spencer, I do love gaming, and I truly love the process it takes to make a game. I love the design of it, the process of building a studio, and watching these talented people put something together for me to enjoy. And most of all, I enjoy playing games that I get lost in, games I enjoy with my friends, and recently, games I play and enjoy with everyone I've met in this awesome community. Yet there is this group of individuals that want to tear the best hobby in the world down. They want to grab everyone's enjoyment from the games and make it about irrelevant things when it comes to gaming. And that's what Phil Spencer is talking about when he says he loves his job in the industry he's in. While he feels he was specifically suited to do the job he's currently doing, there's still this group of people that can take that joy away from him. And that building games, building studios, working hard, traveling around the world, making great experiences for everyone to enjoy isn't the hard part. It's dealing with the extreme hardcore fans that want things done a certain way, and if it's not done that way, they make everything toxic and even go after developers and other people, especially in a year where things have changed drastically in the gaming industry, which is something the article brings up. He goes on in the interview to talk about how he thinks the games industry has largely handled the curveballs of 2020 pretty well, regardless of which team they are on, and that really everyone is working towards the same goal of producing something entertaining, but sometimes people take things too far in response. There is a core that just really hates the other consumer product. Man, that's just so off-putting to me. Again, maybe that word is probably too light, Spencer continued. To me, it's one of the worst things about our industry. I wholeheartedly agree with the statement from Phil Spencer. I find the whole idea of hating on a specific platform for no reason is very off-putting. It doesn't make any sense to me at times because I'm a person who just loves gaming in general. I play on PC for a lot of my games and I enjoy the experience there, especially since Xbox has a very large presence on that platform now. I can enjoy my achievements and my Xbox exclusive games on there and pick up right where I left off when I go on my console. I'm an Xbox fan, and of course I am. I prefer the Xbox platform above all other platforms because of the community of friends I have on it. Not to mention, I just enjoy achievements and all the other things attached to the platform. But that doesn't mean I don't enjoy the PlayStation 5 platform and what that service has to offer me. I mean, I just beat Spider-Man Miles Morales right when I got my PS5. I played that game from start to end and enjoyed every single minute of it. I captured a bunch of footage of it so I can share on this channel with everyone else that enjoys my content. Do I wish I could play that game on the Xbox platform where I can get achievements and enjoy it with some of my friends in an Xbox party? Of course, that's the ideal situation specifically for me. But that doesn't get me angry at the Sony platform. Instead, it makes me appreciate that they made the game and provided me an experience I loved from the beginning to end. And do I take jabs at Sony and make fun of certain aspects? Of course I do, but I never do it to make things toxic or malicious. And when I rarely do it, I try to be objective and bring a different perspective to the PlayStation platform. Yet I know there's a lot of people that will attack certain aspects of gaming for no reason other than to bring down gamers that are enjoying certain aspects of a platform. It's a weird thing to see, and it's something I've seen a lot going around on social media. So what Phil Spencer said isn't really outlandish or wrong, it's right on the nose correct, and something that I think a lot of people need to acknowledge as toxic. And I wanted to cover this to show people that we all love gaming. If you click this video or any of my other videos on my channel, I know you love gaming just as much as I do, because you love to be informed on what's happening, and you love discussing the best hobby in the world, which is gaming, and you take time out of your day to be informed and interact with people that love gaming. So to you, I say, let's keep taking gaming in a positive direction, and let's hope a lot of those negative non-gamers out there start to realize that gaming has a lot more positives attached to it than negatives. So let's hope we all play our games on the platforms we want to play on when we want to play, and we find joy in each and every single game we play. And let's also hope even more prominent figures across the gaming world like Phil Spencer speak out on this behavior, because I can't wait till it's totally gone and we all enjoy these awesome games we get to play from awesome developers and people that work hard to bring it to us. But enough of what I think about all of this. Tell me what you think about all of this. Do you agree with what Phil Spencer had to say in this interview? Do you just mute and block all the toxic people like I do? What do you think about what Phil Spencer had to say? Will this notion of only one company can exist go away? What can we do as true gamers to combat this toxic behavior? Go down below and let me know. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button and that like button. The support helps out the channel more than you know. And give me a follow on Twitter at Zalker87. I'm always on there talking games and sharing my latest videos. Plus, I love interacting with everyone there, so get on Twitter and let's talk about gaming. Also follow me on Xbox Live, my gamertag is Zalker87, just like my channel name. See what games I'm playing and let's compete in achievements for the month. Right now, I just finished Spider-Man Miles Morales and I'm jumping into Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I'm enjoying a lot. That game looks so realistic and it's just so brutal. The combat, you're just chopping people's limbs off and just going all out. I think the game is really fun. I've already kind of manipulated a lot of weapon combinations and I'm just having a great time with it. I'm sorry I can't really record footage on it. It's very dim and the colors are almost muted on the Xbox right now through my capture card. So I don't want to put it out there because it just doesn't do the game any service. But I want to know what everybody else is playing. Go down below. Are you playing anything right now on your new systems? Are you playing Assassin's Creed? Are you waiting for Phoenix Rising like I am? I can't wait to play that game. Go down below and let me know. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember, enjoy your gaming. Later.